guys, we're back at it, and today, well tonight actually, since it's dark out, I just got off work a little bit ago. Me and Daniel have done a little bit of stuff. We just hooked up the starter, wired it in. We still have to do all the grounds for the electrical system. I did get the grounds for the headlights done and the alternator, but we still need the one for the negative battery terminal and that other stuff, and just a few random grounds. We filled the transmission with fluid, got the drive shaft in, hooked up the plugs and plug wires and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, hopefully we'll get her started up. And I still got to put the computer in. I haven't done that yet, and ground that to the chassis. With any luck, we'll see what happens. Give you a little quick look here at what we've done. I got the plug wires here, and I got them separated and then attached onto the side of the intake here, where there was like a hole here for something. Maybe there was a bracket factory for plug wires, but I don't know. But I got it attached there just to keep them up off the manifold, or the exhaust header. This side I haven't done anything with yet. Yeah, we got the radiator in. You know, this has been in an accident at some point in its life. As you can see, this whole bar down here is pushed up and back. The radiator still fits fine with no problem, but the radiator supports for the top don't fit. They'd be like cocked way up, or you'd have to put a spacer here on the mount to make it go up high enough to fit. So I didn't want that because it would look fucking terrible. And this gold paint already looks bad enough, right guys? So I just said, fuck it. And zip tied. Good as new. You know. And yeah, now, quick update on the wire tuck. I moved the starting solenoid in here for now. All this stuff that's connected to the solenoid, I have not done any kind of cable management to yet. The only thing that's really tucked up and out of the way is the main chassis harness and the engine harness. So all this mess here will get cleaned up once we know that it runs for sure. Now, there was a difference between this car's chassis harness and the donor car's chassis harness for this engine, and that is this plug right here. The brown plug is on the chassis harness, the gray plug is on the engine harness, or the main harness. So for the 302. Now this has two plugs on the engine harness, a gray and a black one right here. The black one does not fit on this orange one. The pins are different, and it just won't go. The gray one does. Now what I think I'm gonna have to do is cut this engine harness back apart that I taped up and pull this one all the way back and feed it through the firewall. I'm gonna have to get in on the other side, because let me show you this. Alright, now down here, as you can see, there's a lone gray plug that doesn't exist on the engine harness. You got your main power relay there, the ground, and then you got this green plug. Now this one doesn't exist down here, which I think this is the counterpart to that black one. Now I haven't looked at the configuration of these guide pins yet to see if it's the same, but I have a feeling it is. I'm not exactly sure what it goes to, but it does go to something inside the car for the dash, I'm sure. But that's the main difference that I've run into with the harness, is these two connectors. I plugged this one in because it's there and it fits. And oh wait, that's not gonna work. That's a female, and so is the one on the inside. Well, now I really don't. I guess I didn't pay any attention. Yeah, now I have no idea. Alright, here's what it is. instead of taking that wiring harness and mixing and matching wires, unpinning this connector, unpinning that connector, and whatever, I just decided to buy a whole new harness. So it's a 93 harness that will match right up to this one. Don't know if it'll be compatible with that computer, but that's not really that big of a deal, as I'm going to be buying a Mega Squirt at some point, and that'll be plug and play. So, and I know, right, it's daylight out and we're here at Daniel's doing stuff and not at a junkyard. Surprising, I know. Most of the time it's after dark when I get here. Yeah, that's the plan for that. Unfortunately, we can't do that today because it's Sunday and the post office is closed and they don't deliver on Sunday, even though the harness is here. They missed the delivery yesterday and I gotta wait till tomorrow to get it. So today we're gonna put the GT body kit on the car, hopefully. That's the plan. Alright guys, we got the side skirt laid out here along with this piece here. It's a separate, it goes on the back corner, and this molding piece you have to remove and it's just kind of stuck on with tape. But this one, there's actually bolts holding it in, and in order to get to that we had to remove all the carpet from the back and remove a lot of the trim. I went ahead and removed the tail lights because we got different tail lights we're putting on it anyway. Yeah, you got to get back in there in order to get to those. So, and Jeremiah's working on the other side right now, trying to get the bumper off now. We're having a bit of trouble because the bolts that hold the bumper on are in such a tight space here. It's hard to get a ratchet or anything into it. And when we do actually like get the ratchet on it and start to get it to work, at least on this side, I don't know about Jeremiah's side, but they were so rough it just took forever to get them off. And he's got to fight with the fuel neck. I didn't have to do with that on this side, so I guess you could say I had it a bit easier than he's got it over there. Yeah, I got the bumper here that's gonna go on. It's a little bent, it's a little bowed out right here compared to like how it's supposed to be over here where it's got this curve. But I'm gonna take a heat gun to it. I'm letting it sit out in the sun right now. Hopefully it'll heat it up enough. If not, I'm gonna take a heat gun to it and heat it up and reshape it and try and get it to go back to the way it should be. I won't be able to put the side skirts on, I don't think, today, because I'm not putting the fenders on just yet until I get the wire tuck and everything finalized, get the engine running. Then I'll put the fenders on, so I think the side skirts got to go on after the fenders are on, I'm pretty sure. So hopefully that'll be tomorrow. Get that new wiring harness in, get everything sorted with that, and maybe get the side skirts on. But yeah, I guess for today we're just gonna put this piece on and then the rear piece and the bumper. I also have the front bumper too, but obviously that's going on later as well. These are the taillights I got, guys, and I just sprayed them down, cleaned most of the dirt off that I could see anyway, and once they dry up I'm gonna mask all this off, each of these different parts where the light actually shines through, and I'm gonna mask that off and paint them, get rid of this maroon here, paint them black, so that'll look pretty good. Well, I just recorded this on the other side, but it didn't save. But we got there's one bolt on the bottom, same on the other side, that was stuck on, and we don't need it because we got one on the replacement bumper, so JR is just cutting it off. Now, there we go. Alright guys, we're putting the side molding on now, and since this was an LX model, it does not come equipped with the mounting locations for these rivets and this bracket, so we had to drill holes, and we were using smaller rivets, that's why we had to re-drill these holes. This one was a smaller hole for some reason, but we had to drill and mount this, and we didn't really measure, but we marked this up as close to we marked that as close as what we think it's gonna be, and I'm gonna drill those out now, and this piece here is gonna go lined up there, and that's gonna mount the other side of the molding. So but we got that side there, and we got the side in the rear and the rear bumper. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but yeah, kind of shadowy. And then we got around to the other side. We got that too. Now we just gotta repeat here for that molding, and we'll be good. So we got the taillights all painted up, putting some flat black on them just so they're not that ugly purple color. Alright guys, we're back at Daniel's again. It's Monday today, so guess what? We got mail. Let me show you what it is. See? Now I wonder what's inside. Can anybody guess? That's right. An engine harness. We're going to put it in this bad boy. Also, to give you an update, since it's light out now, it was dark when we finished it, but we got the tail lights installed, painted black, and installed. They're looking pretty good, except for, I don't know if this was meant to be that way or if it's just a little difference in the years that the lights came off of versus this one. Maybe it's a slightly wider, but it's got this gap here, and it's even on both sides. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. It might be that way. That might be how it's supposed to be, but I'm not sure. The other taillights sat pretty flush with the car. But yeah, so we're gonna start sorting out that wiring harness mess and hopefully get something to happen here. We got the harness just kind of thrown in there right now, all the connections plugged in, and we're getting power to the right places so far. So far nothing seems to be shorted. All the grounds are grounds, and we're turning the key, and the main power relay for the computer was clicking, but the fuel pump relay wasn't clicking at all, and we don't know if the computer has to be in to send a signal to click the relay. So that's what we're doing. We're getting ready now to see if the fuel pump's going to turn on. Nothing happened. Yes! Fuel pump is on. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is fucking sweet. That is like, I am excited. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Even if this thing doesn't run, but it just kind of coughs, like, it's a win, dude. Like, worth the money that I've spent on this harness. Alright, so we got fuel. Now we're getting ready to test to see if we got spark. Alright, well, we don't have a second battery, so we put the one, we hooked it up to like a trickle charger, and we went out and did some running around, went and got something to eat, and don't know if it's not charging it or what, but we're still not having any luck, so we're going to go ahead and just take these jumper cables here and attach them to that to another battery, and then attach that to the battery that's in the car. Well, guys, I was waiting to show the spark on the spark plug till we actually could get it figured out, till we could actually get it spark, and guess it was just the battery. I put the Optima from the Neon in it, turned the key for half a second, and it started running already. It just went, you know. So yeah, I guess I'll hand the camera off to Daniel and I'll start it up, and yeah, hopefully it'll go this time. Make a liar out of me. Well, we went and got a timing light, and we got the timing adjusted roughly around 12 degrees before top dead center, and it runs, because we were going to adjust the timing without the light and just kind of feel for it, but it got so far out of time we couldn't even find the right sweet spot to get it to fire back up, so we had to go get a timing light from a buddy of ours. And yeah, so it runs, sounds good, but it's got a high idle. It was idling at about, what, 2,500, Daniel?
It was at $3,000 at one point in time, but then it went down to 2.5.
Yeah, so we don't know why. We're getting ready to, like, I was blowing through the vacuum hoses and couldn't really feel like it, or it didn't really feel like there was a leak, but I didn't puff any smoke through it either. So I tried adjusting this idle screw here, and I don't really think that did much. Nothing noticeable anyway. I adjusted it one way or the other, and it really didn't do anything either way that I went with it. So that's where we're at right now, trying to figure out why it's idling as high as it is and trying to get it to come back down. So another update for you guys. We noticed this here, which is the return line, was leaking. As you can see, it's drizzled a bit, but it was leaking pretty good. So we went ahead and we ran out and got some new line, and I just cut out the old factory line. It was like a plastic line, just cut it off, and then it connects to the metal lines here and then up here, and I just went ahead and replaced that. And I bought a cigar, and I'm getting ready to light that up and puff into these vacuum lines and see if it comes out anywhere. See if we can't chase down some vacuum leaks. It might not have any at all. It was getting kind of late, so we came in the garage. We pushed it in here. I pretty much got most of the wire tuck done again here with the new harness. So as you can see, I got that all hidden underneath that lip and zip tied, which I still need to trim those off. Then down over here, and I did a lot of work underneath here tidying this all up as best I could. Ended up using a lot of zip ties, you know, folding stuff over and zip tying it up and whatever else, you know, just getting it tucked away so it's not gonna rub on the wheel or anything. I still need to find some way to get that one up and out of the way, because it's still kind of hanging a little low, but that's for another time. Yeah, we didn't ever get the idle situation figured out. It's still idling kind of high. We were kind of blown away at the fact that it started right up. Daniel had the timing pretty damn close to begin with, just by putting the distributor in there. Still no luck on getting it running just right, but that's pretty much going to be it for the night. We're done fiddling with it right now. So yeah, see you in the next one.